Hey Middle Georgia home buyers, you're dreaming of the perfect home in Warner Robins, Kathleen, or Bon Air. You've toured all the houses, you found a house that you fell in love with, you made an offer, and the offer's been accepted. Now it's time for the home inspection. Now this is going to be the most critical part of the home buying process. This is where you are going to find all the red flags about the condition of the house. This is the part that can save you or cost you thousands of dollars and sleepless nights. So let's get into it. Hey guys, I'm Chris, your real estate problem solver. I've been a real estate investor and an agent for over 20 years in the Middle Georgia area around Warner Robins, Kathleen, and Bon Air. So I know a little bit about the real estate market in this area. So if you have any questions or you need any help buying or selling your property in Kathleen, Warner Robins, or Bon Air, reach out to me. My information is in the description below. So this video is covering the home inspection part of the home buying process. We had the good fortune to sit down with one of the inspectors from Terry Franks LLC Home Inspections with one of my clients that's in the process of buying a home now. He went through all the findings and the red flags of the condition of the house and explained to us a little bit about what we need to look out for, what is negligible, and what needs to be repaired before we buy the house. So we're going to go over a lot of different parts about the house that we were buying in this video, but keep in mind this is not a complete video, and please do not try to do an inspection on your own house trying to save money, because the one thing that you could miss could end up costing you 3 times more than what the home inspector would charge you to do it for you. Now, I'm an experienced real estate professional in the Middle Georgia area, and I make sure that I always get a home inspection of the houses that I buy.
Look, we are not having an inspection, and you know that. And if you think we're going to not have an inspection, I'm going to kick your butt.
See what I mean? I always get a home inspection because I also want to know if there are any red flags that may deter me from wanting to buy that house. So let's watch the video and show you a few tidbits on the home buying process and the home inspection part.
Drain line for the AC units, 2 things. I want to see this sealed on the exterior going through, and then I'd like to see this drain line extended out and then down. You see where the drain line is dripping on the brick? So
And that causes mold or
yeah, so we just
moss.
don't want that all that condensation dripping on the brick. And then they replaced this vent cap. Looks like they put a new pipe on it, but this vent cap should always be secured and sealed to the exterior.
Yeah, actually to the wall.
Yes, ma'am, that's exactly right. This is the big copper line that runs from the outdoor unit, the AC outdoor unit to the indoor unit, the suction line. The insulation is deteriorating. Again, that's a very typical thing. The insulation sits out in the sun and it starts to dry rot. But it affects the efficiency of the system. So you got cold freon going through there and the hot sun's heating it up, so it can affect how cool the system gets. So we want to see that re-insulated. I couldn't, this is the serial data plate on the outdoor AC unit. It's really faded, so I couldn't see the serial number. The serial number tells us the age. So, but I can see it on the air handler upstairs. The air handler is a 2014. I suspect that they were both changed at the same time. So see these areas? And there's just a few. It's not a ton of them, just a few, and especially in the corners.
Now the part that he's showing us here is the brick seal around the house, and there are a few places where the mortar kind of separated from the brick, and then there's a couple little spots that he's showing where the concrete has actually broken off and kind of fallen down behind the brick. So this opens up a hole where it's possible that any rain that gets blown against that wall could leak down into those holes and create moisture. And moisture is the enemy of a house. So what he's suggesting is to take a little bit of mortar and fill those gaps and seal it back up so rain doesn't get down in there.
Especially these gaps right here. Definitely want to see those sealed. And then this, we got a gap right here. This is under the eave. So if you're looking at the back of the house, it's the right side of the house. We shouldn't see a gap right here. Now, the good news is that's under this eave right here. So it's going to be really hard for water to get there. But in a really driving rain, it's possible. So we want to see that gap fixed.
Okay.
So we're at the roof. My guess is the roof is original. I can't know that unless the seller knows for sure. What I'm seeing, again, would be moderate to a little more than moderate deterioration and wear. So if it was built in 2007, what, 18 years? And I'm not, because there's no signs of leaks.
Right.
The sheeting is dry as a bone. So here's how you have to think of it.
And it looks like it's got good asphalt.
Yeah, so here's how you have to think of it. Shingles are not made to be waterproof. They're made to be water resistant.
Right.
The less granules and the drier they become, the less water resistant they are. Now here's our job as a home inspector.
But what if you have really bad weather?
Well,
Would
if
they
you
stay with this?
to observe, report, and then recommend a professional for you. So here's what we do is because of what I'm seeing, I'm going to recommend a roofer come out and do an inspection and give you a lifespan estimate.
Okay.
So he's going to, now here's the difference in me and a roofer. Here's what you have to know. I'm not trying to sell you a roof. He is.
Right.
That's how he makes a living. So that's the difference. So what I would want to know if I'm buying a house from a roofer, a reliable roofer, is, hey, tell me how many more years I got before, hey, you gotta replace this roof.
Exactly.
And you can wait till it starts leaking. But again, replacing a roof is preventative maintenance.
Right. Exactly.
So basically what he's saying here is that a roof is going to be one of your big ticket items. So make especially sure that they do a good inspection of the roof, if it's in good condition, how old it is, and if there's any chance that it's going to need to be replaced in the next 5 or 6 years. If it's something that looks like it needs to be replaced immediately, this might be a negotiating point for you during the home buying process.
So these are the ridge vents. This is how the house breathes. They're supposed to have end caps, these foam end caps on the ends of them right here to prevent, if you ever have squirrels or rats, they love to get in through those through those ridge vents.
In her apartment.
So we're missing those end caps, so they need end caps. So these roof boots, these nails in the roof boots are supposed to be sealed.
Yeah.
So you can see how they're rusting and starting to come up a little bit. So with heat and cool, that wood will expand and contract. So it'll start pushing those nails out. So we want to see those nails sealed. And if it is original, it looks way better than I would have expected. I did a roof yesterday that was only 10 years old that looked worse than this one. So
Was it exposed to the sun or was it under trees?
under trees,
Yeah.
big ones.
Yeah.
Cause the trees mess them up.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
You
I know.
get excess moisture.
Yeah,
and-
my husband do not like trees around his house.
So see how these nails are sealed? So the one on the other boot needs to be sealed the same way.
Right.
This is in the garage. Same thing with the driveway. You got a small crack in the garage ground on the garage floor. Again, there's no displacement. You can seal that if you want to. Again, it's probably been there. Most settlement happens within the first 3 to 5 years a house is built, so it's probably been there for a lot of years.
Yeah.
So your electrical panel, the power looks good. Let me explain one thing. So these are the neutral wires coming into the panel. So now, by code, you can't have 2 neutral wires under one screw, under one terminal screw. Now, I'm not a code enforcer, so I don't say you have to bring anything up to code. But the safest thing for to happen is for those neutrals to be separated under their own screw. Here's the great news, is that is a probably 10-minute fix for an electrician. So when this house was built, it was okay to do that. It's just not now, and we would recommend upgrading that.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
But I
makes
don't
sense.
see any signs of overheating. Don't see any signs of arcing. The panel looks really good. That would be the only thing that I would recommend.
Now with that, before you transfer, with that kind of issue, if it is code at the time it was installed,
It's fine.
then it's good until
Yeah,
until it's replaced.
It's grandfathered in.
Grandfathered in.
Yeah.
So the best thing for me to do is once I purchase the house, to get an electrician to come in and look at it.
Sure.
You could if you choose to, yeah.
Yeah.
But there again, it was in compliance at the time that it was installed.
That's exactly right. So as far as what I would worry about, this wouldn't be in my top
Top,
five.
right.
So electrical is another place where a home inspection is really invaluable. Especially with older houses or historical houses, there was a certain time when aluminum wiring was normal, and way back in the historical times, you know, the Victorian houses and the pre-1900 houses, which had cotton wrapped wiring, and there was less building codes. So an inspector would definitely want to find certain things that could either cause a fire or just bleeding electricity and causing your electric bill to go sky high.
Okay, so the garage deadbolt doesn't lock. It needs to be adjusted. So you can turn it, but
It won't engage all the way.
all the appliances work great. Dishwasher, oven, the microwave, all work perfectly. So this was the hot water temperature, 114. We like to see between 105
Thank you.
and 124. So it was sitting right perfect where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So this is the kitchen countertop. Just needs caulk right there.
Okay.
That's near the oven and microwave.
Right.
And I'm just, again, that's a cosmetic issue. It's not water damage. Who knows how it happened or why it happened. They could have done it moving furniture in here. Who knows? Or there could have been a picture or something. Again, I have no idea. But I would just, again, I'm going to mention that in the report that it's a cosmetic issue and we recommend repair.
Yeah, they need to fix that.
So this is the hall bath shower head. The piping is loose in the wall.
I want that changed.
So
out.
this would be stuff that I would worry about.
Yeah. I definitely want that changed out.
Same
'cause
thing
I
with
tried.
same thing with the tub spout piping. It's loose.
In the hall.
So when yes, ma'am, in the hall bath. So what they do is there should have been a fitting that turned that pipe out, and then it should have been secured to a 2x4 behind that wall. So either it's come loose over the years or it never was
Secured.
I definitely want that addressed.
The shower head is leaking. The hall bath at the connection. The shower head in there is leaking as well. It actually looks like it's damaged right there.
All
So
of
I
them
think that
damaged,
needs to
so
be
they-
replaced.
Yeah, all of them need replaced.
It was when I turned it on, it was squirting me in the face. So this is the bathtub. It needs caulk around the perimeter of the tub. Don't want water getting through there. You've got one window that the thermal seal is damaged in. So when that thermal seal, so you got 2 panes of glass and then a seal in between the glass. When that seal goes bad, you start to get condensation or like this silvery film in between the glass. So the one window in that front bedroom right there, the thermal seal, and I marked it with blue tape so you can see it. So 2 things, you can't clean it because the film's in between the glass.
Right.
And then it does affect the energy efficiency of the window.
Right.
You got some nail pops that are in the bath in there.
I saw that.
So, well, what happens is when they put nails in the ceiling, they miss the ceiling joist, so that nail will start to work its way back out. The jet tub worked great, no issues with the jet tub. And then with the AC, we're supposed to see 14 to 22 degree difference when we check the temperature at the return and then at the supply, and I was getting 16 degrees, so it's cooling
That's
just
good.
like it should.
Okay.
So it was at 55 degrees and it was dropping.
Okay.
So just like the roof, this is where the home inspection will give you an idea on the condition of the air conditioning unit as for whether or not it's currently heating and cooling, and if they visually see anything wrong with your air conditioning system. But if it's older than 10 years or they report that there's anything a little bit off about it, it would probably be worth the money to have a professional AC person, HVAC, come out and run it through its paces and let you know a little bit deeper about the condition of your HVAC system. And this is just another example of where the home inspector is going to point out any and everything that they find that's not perfect. So it was going to be up to you to decide whether you want it to be a big deal, you want to negotiate the repairs to be done before you buy the house, or if it's something that's insignificant, then you can just take care of it later yourself.
So water heater. The water heater's a 2006. So most water heater manufacturers are going to tell you 8 to 12 years is the normal lifespan of a water heater. I can't see inside that tank. The tank would have to be drained. When we see a water heater that's 15 to 20 years old, we're not going to say it has to be replaced, but we're going to definitely recommend an evaluation from a plumber. This is not a huge issue.
Okay.
So again, when this house was built, the bath vents, the bath fans could terminate in the attic. Now, according to code, it has to terminate on the outside. The reason they changed that was because those bath fans are meant to pull moisture out of the bathroom.
Right.
So any moisture is pulling out of the bathroom is just pumping into the attic.
And Uncle Fred's Sunday dinner.
Yes.
So don't turn them on.
No. You can turn it on. It's fine. But we would just recommend those pipes be relocated to an external place, so outside of the house.
What they did
Now,
on my
again-
house, they
again-
went and dropped it right over the eave of the house. So you can look up and there's it's an opening in the vinyl siding that had come through.
So the trunk line, the main trunk lines are hung with what we call, HVAC is my background. It's what I did for many years before I did home inspections. When we hang metal trunk like this, which is very heavy, we always use metal strap. I don't like to see this webbing. Webbing can fail, and I've seen a bunch of it fail in the hot attic because it's held up with sheet metal screws.
And dry rot.
So they put sheet metal screws in here, and it just dry rots because those sheet metal screws are getting so hot in the summer. I mean, it'll be 150 degrees in that attic in the summer, you know. I also would recommend the P-trap, that the air handler be insulated. You know, that's holding cold condensation. And you can see it's just dripping in the hot summer. So I would just recommend that be insulated with the same insulation that's on the line right here.
Yeah, that condensation and sweating will.
Yeah, it could, you know,
I've had to replace drywall because of that.
Yeah, sure. And that's it. So again, the house looks really good.
So if you're in the home buying process in Middle Georgia, hopefully this information will be helpful to you when you get your home inspection report. You'll be more confident in what it is that you're looking at, and you'll know what's negligible, what's non-negotiable you want repaired before it goes to closing, and some things that you can push for a little bit of a discount. So if you have any questions about the real estate market in Middle Georgia, reach out to me. My information is in the description below, and I'll talk to you on the next video.